Hello everybody, welcome back to our little kitchen. Good to see you again. My ingredients, 3 eggs, some plain unbleached flour for the pasta. I'm going to make some very, very simple pasta to make the raviolis in. I have a can of diced tomatoes, a can of evaporated milk, so it's going to be a rosé sauce. For the filling, I'm going to use the salmon, some of that diced onion, and some of that diced garlic and garlic powder. And of course our Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I also need a little bit of sugar for the sauce, just to break down the acid. Some oregano, salt and pepper, of course. Here I have some chopped garlic, finely chopped garlic, some garlic powder, and a bit of olive oil. It's very, very simple. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna start with the pasta. I have 3 full eggs here. I'm gonna put in my machine. Most of it is gonna be done in the machine today. So I'm gonna, there we go, like this. First, let me add, so 3 eggs, I'm gonna add 1 cup of flour to start. And probably I'll end up using about 3 cups of flour, and it's very fast. So very simple, very, very simple homemade pasta that we're gonna make. We're gonna roll it by hand. There's my 2nd cup here. Let's see how it goes. So don't add too much at once because you can't take it back after. And you can tell when it's done. And guess what I just did? I added too much. Let's see what happens. I added too much, so I'm going to have to add 1 more egg. This is exactly what I said not to do, I just did. I don't want to add water, I just want to use eggs. It's easy to fix, I just don't want to end up with a whole bunch of pasta by the time I'm done fixing. And it's coming together. You see, that took less than 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes so far. I just want it to be perfect. You know what? I'm going to add 1 more egg. There we go. It's going to start coming together now. It doesn't take long to make pasta if you have this machine. Even if you don't, it's still pretty good. So now I just need to take it out. Look at this. Perfect. See that? That's what I'm looking for. Take it out of the bowl, let it sit in the fridge for a bit, cool off. Of course, we're going to wrap it in saran wrap. And then we'll come back and do the rest while this is resting in the fridge. And it ended up being 5 eggs to about 2.5 cups of flour. So I was correct. Just didn't act the way I wanted to, but it doesn't matter. Measurements don't really matter. 100%, we have to do is go with the feel. That's what you're looking for. And you can see how easy it is to correct it. And don't mind my mess. I clean up my messes very quickly. So I just want to knead it a little bit more. There you go, about 1 minute or so of kneading. Perfect. And that's going to make us some fantastic, fantastic pasta. Look at that. Plain, simple, very, very simple, but real pasta. There we go. Wrap it up, put it in the fridge, clean up a little bit after ourselves, and then start with the next step. There we go. See that? That's going to go in the fridge, clean up, and I'll start with the next step. So for the pasta, we ended up using 2.5 cups of unbleached flour and 5 small eggs. They're the small eggs. And you can see how easy it is to adjust to get to that consistency. On to the sauce. So first, I have my little saucepan. I'm going to add a bit of olive oil here. Extra virgin olive oil. So delicious. Yummy. Not all of my garlic, some of my garlic, because I'm going to use the rest for the filling. Both the chopped and the powder. and this is very good garlic powder here that I use. Okay, again, some of my onion. Gonna use half for the sauce and half for the filling. How's that? This is one medium onion finely chopped. Let that start to caramelize a bit. And in the machine, you could have used crushed tomatoes. I had, like I said, whatever was in the pantry, I'm gonna use it. So diced tomatoes, I'm gonna put it in my machine here. And I'm gonna, in the meantime, let this start. There we go. Because I want it very, very fine and very smooth. Because I want to make something so silky and delicious. So let's caramelize a bit. And brown a bit. That's going to take a couple of minutes. And then we'll add our tomatoes and our sugar and our oregano. I'll see you in a minute. Such an easy recipe. It looks like it's a lot of work, but it's so easy. I'm going to add my oregano. I have 1 full tablespoon of oregano here. You can add as much as you want, obviously. Oh, the smell of that is so yummy. It's nice and soft now. I want it to be a little bit translucent. Let's pulse that one more time. And I'm going to add my crushed tomatoes now. And of course, we're going to wash our machine and use it one last time. And of course, now I'm going to add my 1 can of evaporated milk. There we go. Now it's become a rosé. Simple, simple, simple recipe. That's so yummy. And with our raviolis, it's going to be so good. Here I'm going to add a bit of salt. There we go. Pinch of pepper, of course, seasoned to your own taste. And my sugar is just to cut the acidity. Here I'm using a little over ½ a teaspoon. I just flattened it out. It looks more than what it actually is. And just let this simmer. And our rosé sauce is done. Now we just let it simmer on low heat. I'm gonna wash my machine and come back for the final ingredient and put it together. And then we'll go on to assembly. Sauce is simmering away. I have about 200 grams of real Parmigiano Reggiano I'm going to dump in here. The rest of my medium to large finely chopped onion. If you want, you can also add a little bit of dill in there, but I'm not going to. That's fine. The rest of I used about 5 large cloves of garlic for both the sauce and the filling, and about 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. It's a really good quality garlic powder, and that's the rest of that goes in. There we go. There. Seems like it's a lot of work, but believe me, it's not. It's very little actually. And I'm not going to add too much salt, just a bit of pepper here. And like I said, if you want to add a little other herb like dill would be good. I'm not going to. Just a little touch of salt. There we go. Because the cheese is salty already. And of course my salmon. And I'm going to incorporate all of that. Give me a second. Let me grab my machine here. There we go. And that should take just a couple of minutes, not even. Just until the Parmesan is all ground up. Let me check on that. Come and see this. Come, look at this. Okay, almost completely ground up. Just a little bit more. And it's gonna make a super nice, tasty filling. Now, if you make ravioli, you can stuff it with any kind of cheese or meat or chicken or ricotta cheese or whatever the classic. This is our own, whatever I have in the pantry. I decided, let's make something different. And that's it. Our filling is done. Here we go. See, wasn't that easy? Just use what you have on hand. And this, you can freeze both the pasta once it's made, the raviolis, or the ingredients as well. Or you can use them, up to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and empty this and give my machine a final wash and put it away. And that's a perfect consistency. And look at our beautiful, beautiful rosé sauce. It's just a regular pantry evaporated milk, a little bit of olive oil, tomatoes, salt, pepper, garlic, and oregano. And we have a beautiful, beautiful rosé sauce in this. I'm just gonna let it simmer away slowly. And I'll clean this and come back and put everything together. I'll see you in a minute. Took our pasta out of the fridge. This is our filling here. Look at that, it's fantastic. Our sauce is simmering away. And I taste that filling is unbelievable. Water is boiling for the pasta. I'm gonna dump in some salt here. That's it, just a bit of salt, not much. This is my frying pan, so when I'm ready, now time for the truth. To see how our pasta dough came out. Let's see what happens. I want to try and roll it without using flour. Let's see if I actually can. Should be able to. You never know in these things. We could put this back in the fridge, let it stay cool. It is a bit on the wet side, but that's okay. I think it'll work out. So I'm just gonna roll this fine. So I'm taking my time and rolling this, and I have to keep taking it off the wood so it doesn't, off the board so it doesn't stick. And as you can see, we're doing it without adding any flour, and it's working just fine. You just have to be very patient. Very, very patient. And I'm gonna keep doing this until I want this, until I get the thickness I want. And I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, the dough is fantastic. It's great. It's elasticy. It's sticking together properly. So I'm gonna go ahead and try. That's what I have to keep doing, taking it off the wood so it doesn't stick and rolling like that. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, let me see, and make my first two raviolis. Give me a second there. Now these are not perfect raviolis. We made the pasta by hand. We made everything by hand. The filling, the sauce. It's not supposed to be perfect. If you want it perfect, you can get one of those cutters and everything and do it that way. I'm gonna make some nice, delicious, giant ravioli that are not perfect. So all I have to do is go like this, go like that, like this. I'm just using my hands. Just to show you. And then make sure it's well pressed here so it sticks together properly, and it is. That's good. And whatever I cut off from here, I'm not gonna throw it out because that's still good pasta. I'm gonna reuse it. I'm gonna roll it again. Look at this. There we go.
And these, my friends, are going to be the most delicious raviolis you've ever had. Now, if you prefer a different filling, okay, go ahead, it's up to you. My water is boiled. I just turned it down a bit. I'm going to throw these in the water. And these should be ready in about a minute and a half. There we go. Let it boil again. Over here, I'm going to add a little drop of oil. You can add a little drop of butter. Just a drop. Turn on the fire. And add some of my sauce. Like so. Stir. I want my raviolis to boil properly here for a minute or so. Look at this. Maybe I used a couple, more sauce. I'm making two big, giant raviolis after all. As I said, you can add a little butter here if you want, but I'm not going to. This is just fine. And this here should be ready in less than a minute. Because it's fresh pasta. Fresh pasta, depends how you make it, cooks very, very quickly. And we just made that one. It's going to go from here, directly into here, and onto the serving platter. And there we go. Oh, everything smells so heavenly. Just a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and our pasta, fresh pasta, is ready. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Homemade giant ravioli, luxurious. This is not something cheap or make do. This is really high quality product at whatever I could find in the pantry. Just let it soak some of the sauce. I'm going to turn that off. We can continue the rest later. I just want to show you. Let it soak some of the sauce here. And now, my friends, I'm going to put this on a plate like this. And 2 is plenty for anyone. Drizzle some of our sauce on top of it. Look at that. And don't make a mess like I'm doing there. That. Can't serve pasta like this without nice quality Parmigiano Reggiano. Look at this. And if you want some herbs, I should have done that before, but it's okay. Not too late. Look at this. As much as you want. Put this side and drizzle a little drop more of olive oil. This is my herb-infused olive oil. And none of this is going to waste, believe me. Now, I am going to go ahead and give this a try. Oh, I can't wait. Put my teeth into this. The pasta is perfect al dente, firm, delicious, very good consistency and stays together properly with a nice bite. It's easy to eat. Really nice, perfectly cooked. The sauce is to die for. The filling is wow. This is really, truly a luxurious dish from whatever simple things we had in the pantry. And as you can see, so easy to make, just a few steps, a little bit of work, but so easy to make. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this. But first I'm gonna make a couple for my wife. And we're gonna sit down and enjoy this with a nice glass of white wine maybe. And yeah, that's it. Please do like, subscribe, and share our video. And stay safe, stay healthy, until next time. Bye for now.